Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Post Race Inspection Podcast. I'm your host Thomas, and I'm here again with Sam from GridBanter. How's it going, buddy?
Hey everyone, it's going great. How about
Yeah,
yourself?
I'm doing pretty damn good, except for the technical issues that I can't seem to figure out with Streamlabs. Because right now, for those watching, he can't see me, but I can see him. Because I just can't get the virtual webcam to work. But I digress. We're gonna have a packed episode tonight. But before we get into anything, I just want you to like the video, subscribe. It's free, costs you nothing. All it does is help the channel out, help us grow. Um, so I guess without further ado, let's just hop right into what we're going to talk about. So, you went to the Rolex 24 last weekend. I watched about 14 total hours of it, and we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about the breaking news about the Clash, that it is being delayed, and, the weather that is going to impact North Carolina right before the race. And then we're gonna do what you guys are probably here for. We're gonna rank all of the drivers in the 2026 Cup Series championship hunt. So I guess let's just let's just hop right into the Rolex because that was a big thing. It seems like more people were following it in the NASCAR circle this year compared to others. So um, you were there on the ground. You had some exciting stuff happen. Uh, that kind of went viral in our friend group. But I guess just give your race recap for now to start off.
Yeah, so that was my 10th year in a row attending the Rolex 24. I started in 2016. Um, but seeing it this year, I just had a feeling just because of the F1 movie, because the Rolex was in the beginning of that movie, that it was going to be a lot more popular, and it was. Um, I'm not sure if it was just my perception, but there was a lot of people that seemed to have never seen a sports car race there before, so that was pretty cool to see the sport grow. Everyone that saw the fight online, I know those two gentlemen pretty well personally. I'm not going to name them and out them like that, but for those wondering what may have happened if you didn't get the clear story with all the speculation in the comments, someone poured beer on someone's head while they were sleeping, and the other one was drunk and just came back and let him know he didn't like that. So that's all there was to it. They kissed. They already made up. They're still friends, but yeah, it was pretty funny to see all the
Yeah.
speculation in the comments, and to see it appear on Stacking Pennies was pretty hilarious. So
And they got it
shout out,
spot on too.
yeah,
Like
shout out
LaJoy
Corey
was,
LaJoy. And the only thing that they missed was it was a Newport uniform, not the Eagles
yeah,
jersey. So
yeah.
those are kind of one and the same, but
Yeah, I dispelled that in the comments, and just to clarify it for everyone, because there was a lot of speculation going on in the comments with that. He was on point too with that Eagles fan comment because he's from the Philly area, right?
no,
No,
he's
he's
from
not.
Massachusetts.
Oh, okay,
Is Yeah,
true.
but Northeast, same thing.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah, he's a
man.
Patriots guy.
Hmm. All right. Well, that was
But
awesome. I wish
but
I could have gone.
I'm telling you, it was packed. It was I grid walk. I'm surprised I even got onto the grid, and I purposely went late. I didn't try and get there early, like in past years. But
Yeah. You got
um,
your annual photo with Jordan, right?
did not this year. It's the first year. I
Oh,
haven't gotten it in a while. That's how busy it was.
damn. Wow.
Yep, yep. So I'm saving that one for Sebring.
Well, it was pretty busy with the ads on Peacock too, 'cause that
Yeah, that's why
was
you buy a race ticket, no ads.
I know, but we got iced in up in Georgia. I wanted to come down last minute as like a little escape, but I didn't know how bad it was gonna be, and I was already at Shelby's grandmother's house, so my fiance's grandmother's house, so we just decided to stick it out and watch it from home. So I really wish I could have gone. The timing was right for everything. She got Monday off work, so we could have totally gone, but they didn't announce that until like Saturday night that she was gonna get that day off. So, oh
Fair.
well.
I
Yeah.
announced to work that I am not going to be here. I'll be in sunny Florida. See you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she's student teaching right now, so she gets 3 days off this whole semester. So that's the one problem. I work remote full time now, so I can be wherever. Like I'm gonna be working remote Friday. I'm probably gonna call it off the Friday before the 500, but yeah, after the 500, like that night, I gotta drive us back because she's coming down with me for that. We got infield passes and stuff, but
Nice.
right at the end of the race, we're driving straight back up so she can go to work Monday.
Oof.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough ride, but man, I just it was such a good race. Like all the way through, there was something happening, and as far as camera work goes, the broadcast direction from a person watching at home standpoint, really good. Like it was markedly better than the last few years. What was markedly worse in the last few years, which they've been getting worse and worse with it since like 2020-ish, 2022 maybe is when it got bad. But this is like the worst it's ever been aside from the full screen commercial on the last lap for LMP2 last year or 2 years ago. Like we had a 15-minute span where there were three full screen commercial breaks that were longer than 3 minutes. And that was in the last half hour of the race.
Was that on Peacock?
Yeah, it was on Peacock. And for most of the US, they didn't broadcast the race the last hour on NBC because of the storm coverage. So basically, only Florida and California got to watch the end of the race on NBC, which I think it's a total travesty that they are only broadcasting the first hour and the last hour on any network. That's stupid. That's so stupid. The IMSA is big enough now to where you can probably broadcast like 10 hours total straight, probably all of the overnight stuff on like USA Network at least, or the new NBC Sports like cable channels. It's just ridiculous to not, for such a mainstream event and such a popular worldwide event, to not have national broadcasting for more than like 10% of the total race. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's a good reason to get a VPN and watch IMSA TV. Watch it on IMSA TV.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
I
that's what
do
I would
subscribe
have
to
did.
Peacock. I do subscribe to Peacock. So,
I do just
but
because of the Supercross coverage too.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
it's the only thing that they do good at this point. Because I mean, what else is there other than that to make it worth it? I don't know.
Few NASCAR races. That's about it.
Yeah, a few. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm hopefully I'll be down there next year. I really want to go because I've been getting the itch to go back down to Daytona for, if not the Rolex, then Supercross. Just some other springtime racing event other than the 500. But yep, excited for the 500. But I guess before we get into 500 and regular season predictions, let's talk about this news that's coming out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina here, because I have the weatherchannel.com pulled up and it's showing Friday night, chance of snow 70%, 19 degrees, Snow accumulations less than 1 inch. Saturday during the day, 22 degrees is the high, windy, and snow accumulating 4 to 7 inches. And then Saturday night, they're going to get about another half inch. So
I
NASCAR,
mean, the meme just continues. I had this pulled up and ready.
yeah, yeah. Oh my God, it's just so crazy. So let's talk firstly about the change to the schedule that NASCAR announced earlier today, and then we can give our thoughts about what's going to happen this weekend, but also your thoughts on it being in North Carolina at this time of year, anyways. So Bob Pockers tweeted just the National Weather Service, I guess, like facts that he got. Um, National Weather Service says heavy snow possible, total snow accumulations between 5 and 8 inches possible, wind gusts of 25 to 35 miles per hour. That wind is going to continue all the way into Sunday. So NASCAR has already canceled the heats. They put they're just having the top 20 from the practice session. I think it's a 2-hour practice session now. Top 20 from practice automatically transfer, and then 6 p.m. on Fox is the LCQ, and then 8 p.m. on Fox is the Clash itself, where I think it's what the top 4 of the LCQ transfer. I can't remember, but they put they bumped the practice session all the way to FS2. So, you know, not only is stuff being postponed and canceled, it's also being pushed back by Fox cuz Fox doesn't truly care about NASCAR, which so
Yeah,
funny.
that's Fox. But there's a reason that both major racing series uh in North America start their season in Florida. So
Yeah.
just put it that way. Also, California was, I guess, an acceptable second choice as far as weather goes, but what can you do? That's
Yeah.
that's NASCAR.
That is. Yeah.
It
I
seems
mean,
like they make the worst possible decision for weather for their events on purpose.
yeah. Yeah, no, I can't wait for the Atlanta race the week after the 500. It
Yep.
definitely hasn't snowed historically on
Or
that
the
very
same
weekend.
thing as when the Coke 600 was ran in the afternoon all the time in Florida. Like they just refused to move it up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, how many Monday races did they have in the 2010s for the 400? Like
well, I
5?
yeah, well, I went to a couple of them when I was at college next to the school, so
Mhm. Yep. I look, I like Bowman Gray. I don't even really like Bowman Gray. This is gonna be like the Thomas is a hater hour. Um, I don't like Bowman Gray. I don't think that the Clash should be there. I think it's a neat little idea. It could be like a mid-season like Thursday night exhibition race or something, like a prelude to the All-Star race or something. I don't
yeah, I
know.
just logistically it's worse on the teams like cuz they have to pick up and go down to Florida. Or I guess it's not too bad cuz it's right near their shops. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but
Yeah, but they got to prep a car just for this race.
yeah,
There's
so
no other track like this one.
they're not dialing in their setup for Daytona like they used to be during speed weeks.
Yeah.
It doesn't hype up Daytona as much as it used to.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just doesn't bring as many eyes because Daytona is Daytona, and people are gonna watch it just because of that.
Yeah. Right. I agree. And I see people online that were like, nobody cared about the Clash when it was in Daytona. Now everybody is bitching to have it back. Like, here's the thing. Nobody cared about the Clash the last few years that it was in Daytona because NASCAR didn't care about the Clash back then, and the broadcasting partners didn't care back then. It was on FS1 like the last few years that it was in Daytona. And then, the NASCAR started allowing more and more drivers into it. It wasn't just pole winners anymore. It was like pole winners and race winners and people who were in the playoffs and like people whose best friend gave NASCAR $50 to race. Like that's I don't know. Like it it just takes, like you said, it takes resources away from the most important weekend in the entire year, which I feel would be better spent just having the teams be in Florida for that week.
I agree. And they also used to have it where they had well over 40 drivers trying to get into the 500. They had 60 at some point, I think, and there's a lot of people that were eliminated. And the speed weeks helped kind of determine some of that.
Yeah, and they have 44 drivers attempting the 500 this year. We're not back to the heyday where it's like 63 or 58, early 2000s. But there's no starting parks anymore. So, there's not field fillers to dilute, and get lapped at the 500 on speed.
Yeah, very true.
So, I actually got as a little aside, I got a question sent to me on Instagram from one of my friends who, he like watches Formula One a little bit. He's just getting into motorsports, and he asked me, "I heard NASCAR sucks now. Is that true?" And I'm like, "No, we're there like I have my problems with it and I bitch about it a lot, but that's because I love NASCAR and I want it to be good, and it is getting really good now. Uh, really good comparatively to where we were 5, 6 years ago. Like it's so much more entertaining to me because it's like actual racing now. And we have a legit playoff system now, and Ram is back, and Dodge announced, or like the CEO of Dodge Chrysler wants to enter the Cup Series with the Charger next year. So like we're
We're
in a
so back.
good spot. We're
Yeah,
we're starting to eat good again.
yeah.
So
I think motorsports in general is coming back, but North America NASCAR's number one, so I think it's back on the rise. Will it ever truly return to its early 2000s form?
I don't
Probably
think
not.
it's
But
possible because NFL kind of has a monopoly.
yeah, and
So
just the culture in general is not into cars like they used to be. But
right, they're into cars, but not like
in the
into
Formula
car
One way,
culture. Yeah, yeah,
in the fashion show sense of things, like cars are a fashion item, not a passion.
yeah. They're a fashion item, not a passion item.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess with that out of the way, we can now go on to ranking. You can see my screen still, right?
Yes, sir. Corey LaJoy, Elite number one.
Yeah. All right. So I sent this, ranking area to you last night. Um, I don't know if you've had time to mill about where
I
all
did
these
not study for the
drivers
test. This
would
is
rank,
straight off the dome.
but I've got a pretty good feel of not only who belongs in what area or what section of this tier list, but I think I can rank them like position by position. Um, so I think we can start off with just putting drivers into spots, talking about how you think they'll do, and then we can maybe sort them if you want by position. So, for those watching at home, for those listening in podcast form, this tier list has all 36 championship contending drivers, and we have the elite tier, which is positions 1 through 3. These are the guys who will be fighting for the championship. Like, no question about it, unless God smites them down. Like, they will be there. We have below that the contenders. Those are positions 4 through 8. Those are guys that have a really, really good shot at being a dark horse and can probably fight with the elite guys. They have a chance. Below that, we have will probably be in, but not truly a factor. And this is positions 9 through 16, the rest of the chase drivers. So the name kind of speaks for itself with that category. Then after that, we have best of the rest, honorable mentions, those guys who will be on the fringe. Really, positions 14 through 20 are kind of interchangeable, but I left it 17 through 20. And then a big tier, which I think we can fill out pretty easily, which is the don't even worry about them tier. Kind of a mean name, but like there's not necessarily guys. There's guys and there's teams that will be in this, and you know there's not much else that can be said about that. So I have. Do you want to start out in any particular order, or do we just want to do them as we see as they're ordered here?
We can do them as they're ordered. However, why don't we both start with our favorite drivers?
Yeah,
I'll take Kyle Larson, and I'm going to put him in. Will probably be in, but not truly be a factor.
you're
Because
capping. You're
I'm
capping.
not. I think that his consistency. I think his consistency is lacking lately.
Really?
Even though he just won, I don't think he has the consistency to be in the current format. I'd love to be wrong, but
Okay, let me do you one solid here. I had him, let me pull up my little MS Paint save of it. I had him in my elite tier
really,
as a favorite to win because this year I know everyone's going to race different with the 10 race chase, but he would have won in all 3 championship formats. He would have won in a regular season format with
I
the
did forget
points
about that. I
style.
did. I
He
did
would have
forget we
won in
discussed
this
that.
current 10 race chase format, like the exact one that we're using this year. And he, of course, won in the playoff system. That even though he didn't win since the race before the Coke 600, he didn't
Mhm.
win at all the second half of the year. He was still good enough to win the championship in all those formats.
That's fair. I do like that Miami is the final race if he's on the edge.
Yeah, that's his racetrack if he doesn't, wreck
That's
into the
true.
wreck into the
I didn't.
tire
Albeit
barrier.
I did not. I did not study which 10 races are in the chase.
No road
But
courses anymore. Charlotte
but
second oval race.
if there's a lot of super speedway or drafting tracks, my hopes are down for him.
Let
However,
me see.
again, I didn't look at the schedule, admittedly.
Let me pull it up right now. 2026 NASCAR Cup Series schedule is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so Sunday, the opening round of the chase is Darlington, Southern
It's
500.
good. Good for him.
Dude, I think Larson might wrap it up early because after that, the
It's at Bristol.
Worldwide Technology Raceway,
Oh,
Gateway, and then we have Bristol, and then
okay.
we have
You can
Kansas.
already right now I'm calling it. He's winning that Bristol race.
Ah, if we're gonna go race by race, I think like any of my top 8 could win any of these weeks, really. Like I think my elite tier versus the contenders tier comes down to consistency.
That's kind of where I was at. I didn't realize he was that consistent towards the end, but his consistency mid-season was not good.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So,
he only had two DNFs, I think, after his last win. He had, what was it, the Coke 600 that he DNF'd? And then he DNF'd Summer Daytona? It was one of the summer plate races that he DNF'd, but that was it the whole year.
I
Um,
made a whole compilation on my channel of all the issues he had in the playoffs, so I guess that's kind of where my
yeah,
bias comes from.
yeah.
I was just thinking about all the bad things that happened to
Well,
him, but
he is your guy.
yeah,
So
regardless,
I I
he
have
is the
him in the
man.
elite tier. I think we can put him in the contenders for now, kind of split the difference between us. But unless you want to change it.
Um, you can put him in elite just because I'm a fanboy. How about that?
Sounds good. But yeah, after Kansas, you got Las Vegas, Charlotte, not the Roval, the Oval, Bank of America 500. Um, then you have Phoenix, then you have Talladega, then you have Martinsville, and then Homestead to finish it out. Like, I could see Larson winning 5
Yeah.
races.
Okay, those are all relatively decent tracks for him. Talladega definitely not. Charlotte could go either way.
Yeah, he has been getting
Um,
better at the plate tracks.
yeah, he has.
Yeah,
But
the more
all right,
Atlanta wears down, the better he is at it.
yeah,
But
that's fair.
I guess one guy who I think is an instant lock for the elite tier is young Ryan Blaney.
I agree.
So a lot of people also have him just locking it down. I think that these two are the absolute championship favorites. If I had to make a tier that could be called like toss up between who wins the championship, it's these two. Because there's
I
one
feel
guy
like
that was
Blaney's
really
really
consistent.
good at consist. Yeah,
Yeah,
Blaney's really consistent.
I mean, the one thing that derailed him was that they were hunting for a win in the early part of this year so hard that it cost them. Like, what was it? Homestead, the Spring Vegas race, Kansas. Was it Gateway that he ran out of fuel, or was that last year? I can't remember, or
I
the
can't
year
remember.
before. But I mean, there were just so many chances that they had to win or at least get like a top 5 that, slipped away from them. So I feel like if they have it in mind that, hey, it's an all season thing now, there's no way that he's not going to be top 5 in points unless Penske just completely falls off. Like
Right.
they're not as good as they were 10 years ago, for sure, but like they're close. They're still close. It's just a driver mod thing for 2 of the seats.
Right. Well, if you want to round out that tier, I don't think it's very controversial, but I think Denny Hamlin could grab a spot up there.
Yeah.
He was king of consistency.
Yeah. I think I I agree with you. My only question with him is does he have the heart? Like it cuz he said a couple
Yeah,
of days ago with his Fox interview for Media Day, he still wasn't locked in on the season, but like he was talking for months and months, like all year before last year even, that he was locked in. Like his motto last year was all in. So, he kept himself so busy day to day that he had nothing to distract him except just to win the title. He got so close, dude. It's ridiculous. But I
and then
I agree
and
with
then
you,
getting
but
that close and then losing your father is brutal.
yeah. Like, I would agree to put him in the elite tier, but that's the one thing. But also a guy who's entering his prime, I think, who's only going to get better than he was last year. He might three-peat for the 500. I think
Yep,
Willie
yep.
B is
Will he be?
he's either Like you
He
could
could be
swap the
either
two
one.
spots of third and fourth, honestly.
Willie B has a knack to choke at times, but maybe he'll overcome that. Not
Yeah.
sure. He could be either one. We'll have to go through the rest of the list and see where he ends up.
Yeah. I would say
But put all four of them up there for now. We'll come back to that.
right. Cuz I mean there's compared to the rest of the list, there's no one that's like shouting out at me that deserves to be anywhere near the elite tier.
Yep.
Um I guess I guess now we can just start going down,
Yeah.
this randomized list. So
Yep.
Chris Buescher, I
Don't
have
even worry about
him
him.
really,
Yeah.
really.
My he's fellow Texan, but I don't think he. I mean, he shows up at Kansas, and he shows up at a road course. That's about it in my eyes. But what's your take on it?
So if if the if we had this format, he would have pointed in 2 of the last 3 years.
Really?
So yeah, he would have been 14th in points 2 of the last 3 years. He would have been 17th. I think it was 2023 or
Wow, I didn't realize he
2024.
was that consistent.
Yeah. So I feel like
Guess I need to get my
RFK
head out
is
of the playoffs format.
yeah, yeah. I feel like RFK is going to take a step forward as an org. Brad, I have questions about, but he's one on broken ankle. But, you know, Chris, I have him being high up in the will probably be in, but truly not a factor, or not truly a factor. I have him like 10th or 11th.
Wow.
Because I think that they're going to focus. Brad is going to put the resources more towards the 60 car and the 17 car. I think Brad's performance might take a step back, especially with that injury, but I feel like the ceiling is pretty high for RFK as a whole. I think, little spoiler, I think all three RFK cars might be in the chase. Just because they're
That's fair.
the more consistent, like they get off to, especially Brad's team, they get off to a really slow start historically. But I mean, even Ryan Preece, he had like 7 top 15s in the last 8 races of the year. You know, that's something. That'll get you fighting not only in the not only into the chase, but like, it'll get you not dead last. I
Right.
think you want to leave him in best of the rest for now.
Just for now.
Okay. Because I think he'll be anywhere between like I said, anywhere between 14th and 20th. Like I think he'll be a little
We'll
bit
come
higher
and
up, but
revisit that.
yeah,
You can put their social media team in the elite tier though.
yeah, for sure. All right, well, Kyle Busch, crybaby Kyle. Um, more like, uh, I don't know what's a good nickname for him now because everybody is on his meat. Uh, oh, Kyle Busch, KFB.
Kyle Kyle needs to get it together.
I think I think that they might be able to put together a solid enough year to where they are 17th to 20th, where they're on the fringe yet again, because that's about where they were the last 2 years.
I could see it. Yeah,
I
they're
feel
not.
like I feel like he's gonna be fighting with the RFK guys for a point spot. He'll finish higher, like he'll finish, top five more times than them, but he'll finish bottom. He'll finish outside of the top 25 more than them. That's about what I think RCR is. Their performance is just so dependent on the tracks. I don't know why, but he'll end up around the same place, just not as consistent of a year once again. So
Hopefully we see Kyle Busch break the drought this year. That'd be fun.
It would. At Daytona. I want Brad. I want Brad and Kyle to win Daytona the most. Um, yeah, both Kyles for that matter. I
I
would
want
like to see. I would
I
like to
want
see.
Corey LaJoy just for the meme. just
Oh
so I
my
could see the
god.
memes online. Uh,
I think someone will hack the broadcast when they see him coming down to the tribal. Oh my god, bro. Oh hell no. But yeah,
uh, s-
let's see. Mr.
s-
Daddy's Money. Mr. Well, he's not Daddy's Money. He's Mr. Nepotism.
yeah, Mr. My dad got rehired in IndyCar after being quote unquote fired today.
Yeah,
Um,
crazy.
man, I don't know. He's been super inconsistent. He used to be that guy like a couple years ago for a little bit,
He would like he
but
got one or two wins a couple years ago, and we thought that he
yeah,
finally turned it around. But I mean, this year was the worst performance so far. I think
yeah,
I think they'll be a bit better because it's a Penske car, but I think that he is going to be on the fringe of the top 20. I think he will be 20th in points probably
yeah.
at the
That's a
end of the
fair
day
assessment.
just because it's a Penske car. And I think that this will be the last year that he's in a Penske car. Maybe.
Hmm.
I think he might go over to the Wood brothers and Josh Berry might be out of a ride.
That would be a wild move. That
Yeah.
would be the end of some nepotism.
I
But
think Penske might give the old Wood brothers racing team even more money to have old Cindric drive the 21 over Berry.
yeah,
And then Barry might go back down to the Xfinity O'Reilly Auto Parts series.
Xfinity in our hearts.
Yep. We were saying the same thing about Nationwide.
Yeah, and then Bush. It's
Yep.
like a little bit early for both of us, but still sort of kind of.
Yeah. Hey man, that's what it was called on NASCAR. Well, no, it was called the NASCAR Nationals. It was the Bush series on NASCAR '07 for the PS2. So, all right. So, shit, who's driving the 34 this year? Is that
I always think of Todd. Todd when I see the 34, but it's not.
who is
um,
it? Forget who it
forget
is.
forget who it is.
Is it Todd?
Hold on.
Is it the toddler?
Uh, who drives?
Yeah, it's Todd.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Okay, it's
Todd.
Todd.
Okay.
Okay. All
So
right.
I have him in the don't even worry about them tier. I have
Yeah. I
him
mean, we
probably around
forgot who was
25th.
driving the car, so.
Yeah, I have him probably 25th or 26th. Because, like,
Okay.
there are guys that will be. There's plenty of guys, plenty of teams that are better than front row. I don't see front row taking a step forward.
Yeah.
So,
Especially after McDowell left.
right. And then Chase Briscoe, this one's pretty interesting because he had a really good playoff. He had a he
Yeah.
had a really good full
Pretty good
year.
season.
Yeah, I
Yeah. I
have him
think.
as being a high
I,
contender.
I, I was gonna say. I think he's up there.
Yeah, yeah, because I only see that team getting better because Briscoe he's getting comfortable. Like that was his first year at JGR.
Yep. Yep. And he shaved. He shaved his head.
Oh, that's freaky. But yeah, oh man.
So a little less drag.
Yeah, true. And he's already good at super speedways.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to put him in the elite tier just because Johnny Morris was really nice to me at Talladega. He let me sit up on the pit box and go to victory lane with him with the team. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, high contender. I would say fourth or fifth in
Yeah.
points
He's
probably.
definitely a threat.
Yeah. Um Josh Berry. I have him
Yeah.
doing a little bit better than the toddler, but he's kind of in that same area where
Yeah,
he can't really be considered for best of the rest just because it's Wood Brothers. But he's
yeah.
not,
He's
total
not. He's
trash
not.
tier.
He's not a bad driver, but
Right,
the equipment isn't there.
right. So, Chase Elliott. I have him because of the nature of the chase.
I think he'll probably be.
I have him being a contender this year.
Yeah.
He might not win like 4 races. He might only win like 1 or 2 races this year, just
Yeah.
like the last 4 years.
He was Mr. Consistent.
Yeah,
So
yeah, he's consistent in the previous format. He's consistent in he'll be right up there as long as he's in the 9 car. He'll be right there. I
yeah,
I think Briscoe will probably be a little bit better,
I agree.
but just because Briscoe will get more wins. I think Briscoe will get 3 or 4 wins this year. So I think that'll be the main difference. All right, Mikey McDowell, MC driver. I have him right around the 21, honestly. Like top
Yeah,
25 in points maybe.
he might get a super speedway win. That's all you can count him in for. But other than that,
Yeah. Yeah, cuz there's even less road
he's
courses now. There's what, 4 or 5?
yeah. Well, I don't consider him to be in contention for the road courses nowadays with our friend Shane. But
Yeah, he was leading Chicago until the transmission blew on him, I think.
yeah,
So, I mean, I think that's the only time. It's so tough ranking Spire because they were on the up and up, and then like Corey LaJoy left the team, and then somehow they got worse. As an org,
oh man.
like I, it's just I want Spire to be good. I love their I love their branding. I love the drivers that they have. I I I'm a big Carson Hocevar fan.
Me too.
Um, but and I want Hocevar to take a step forward. I want the whole team to take a step forward, but they're not Hendrick. So I can't really. I would have to put them around the same area as like all the Trackhouse guys, because I feel like Trackhouse and Spire are right there, and both of those teams regressed last year pretty significantly. So I'm hoping that they'll take steps forward, but we'll have
Yeah,
to
I
see.
think if anyone can do it on that team, as far as being competitive, it's Hocevar.
Yeah,
But I think he would be similar if he upgraded equipment. You would see him win, or at least get his first win and win a lot more. Kind of like you saw in the 19 car when Truex left.
perhaps if he went to the 48 Ally car at the end of this year because it's a contract year for Bowman.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
it really
yeah, I
would.
don't know.
I think
I don't
Hendrick
know.
would neuter him though.
Yeah, I don't think he would be as cool if he went to Hendrick.
He wouldn't be allowed to stream anymore.
Yeah.
Think after 2020, Hendrick Motorsports placed a no streaming allowed policy for the drivers.
Yeah, you would see Carson's personality evaporate.
Yeah, hope
So,
not, but all right. Well, Bubba Wallace. So I'm a big Bubba fan. It's Shelby's favorite driver. I've met him a few times. He's really nice. We were able to meet him as he was walking to his plane, Talladega. Super nice. Like he stopped to take a photo with us, even though I accidentally made him like stare in the sun at my phone, and I didn't realize it. He was still nice. I think because he got better with a first year in the Cup Series crew chief last year.
yeah,
He improved. I think they're gonna get better. I think 2311 they weren't as good last year as they should have been. I think they'll be better. And I think Bubba will be very high up in the will probably be in but not truly a factor section right around Tyler, right around, guys like Logano, Bowman,
Yeah. If
SVG
he could
maybe.
get out of his own way or get out of his own head, I think he would do a lot better. And
Right,
having a win under his belt, I think, is going to help just a little bit with that. So,
right. I mean, he was even really like, because we were walking over to Victory Lane at Talladega, that race where he finished second to Briscoe, I think he got eliminated from the playoffs the next week because he didn't get the win. Um, it was he was really upset on the golf cart. Like, not like angry, but like, he had that look on his face that he was pissed off at himself for letting that happen. Even though there really wasn't anything that he could do with that move. Briscoe just had the nuts on him that day, but he wants to win so bad. I think with the more solid team comp and just more and more reps that he gets, I think he'll be breaking the top 10 in points, especially with this format because he had he was a contender for the championship. He ended up like 12th in points, all said and done, but he had like 8 DNFs last year, and like 7 of them were crashes. So, I think they'll do a little better than that. But all right, well, I don't think there's much to talk about Cody Ware. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I'm always gonna rank him at the bottom ever since they ghosted me on a job opportunity.
And it's Cody Ware. So,
Cody Shane Ware, yeah, crazy, crazy. All right, well, our boy Carson Hocevar.
I want to say, in my heart of hearts, will probably be in, but not truly be a factor. But if I'm being realistic,
I think he'll
maybe best of
be
the rest.
I think he'll be like 18th, 17th in points if they get back on track. I think
Yeah.
he is right in this zone. I would say him, Kyle Busch, SVG, Ross Chastain, Chris Buescher,
Yeah.
all battling like for the last 2 spots.
Yeah. As unless he has some sort of breakout season, but I don't see that happening with his equipment. So,
I predict that I will watch him win Atlanta in person in February. So I think that'll be one. I think that might be his only win that he gets this year. He might get 2. He might, because he's good. He's good at the mile and a halves. Like
yeah.
he's good at the mile and a halves that have the squared off trioval, like
Right.
Atlanta, Texas, Charlotte. I think he's a contender to win any of those races. I think he'll win one of the 2 Atlanta races. So I I would hope that he would do better than 20th in points. So all right, but what about Bowman? So he's a Hendrick driver. He's going to be in somewhere. I I think he's going to be probably right outside the top 10.
Yeah. Especially in a contract year, I feel like he's going to drive pretty hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he'll be up there.
Yeah. We'll see. Ally signed a 3-year deal in the offseason, so if he makes the playoffs, there's no reason that he wouldn't. Makes the playoffs, he probably signs a 2-year extension and then moves on after the 2 years. But I guess we'll just have to see. Um, Tyler Reddick, do you think that they're gonna bounce back like I think the 23 car is gonna bounce back? Because I think he
I
is.
think so. I think he's due for a decent season.
I think that he will be right around the Chase Elliott, Chris Bell. area where the lower end of the contenders here, like 6, 7, 8
He
position.
said the thing,
Yes.
but yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Because I mean, he went winless last year, didn't he? Let me
I
check.
think so.
Let me check. He got 0 wins. He'll get 2 next year or this year. Um, who is this? Ty Dillon in the 10 car for colleague. I
Yeah,
I think this one's pretty easily going to be
he's
ranked just above
fighting
Rick
with
Ware.
Mr. Ware. Yeah,
Yeah, fighting with the other 2311 car not yet talked about. No, they'll probably do better than him. What about Austin Dillon? I
nah, I
like
don't think you're gonna
it's
have to worry
either
about him.
tier.
You're you're not
Yeah.
gonna have to worry about him, especially without a win in your in
Yeah,
type of format.
right. The thing is, he's usually hovered the last like 5 years, he's hovered, regardless of whether he gets a win or not, he's hovered right around 17th to 20th. Like he was 16th in points one year, 22nd another. But last year, let me check the point position that they finished in. They were this isn't entirely accurate cuz it still shows all the yeah. Okay, yeah, they would have been like 30th in points. So I would say even front row is gonna have a better year than them, which I would say either front row car would do better than the guy driving the 3 car. Like it
Right,
would be a top 20 car with a different driver in it.
right.
What about the 7 car? Who drives the fucking 7 car this year?
I think it's Suarez.
Right, it is Daniel Suarez. Damn. I don't think we'll have to worry about him either, huh?
No,
I would say
that's
assuming that they do good, assuming that Spire takes a step forward, he will be right around the front row guys. Maybe,
I'd put him in front of the 21 car.
yeah. I would be inclined to agree with that. Uh, all right. What about is the number 16 AJ Allmendinger this year?
It is.
All right.
They're running the Greg Biffle
They are.
16.
It's awesome.
The Dinger used to be the road course ringer, not lately.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't feel like.
I
Where does
don't
he? I don't even know where he usually finishes in points.
I don't have confidence in Colleague at all this year, especially
Yeah,
because they have no Chevy support at all this year because they are running Ram in the Truck Series. He finished 26th in points last year. Um, in front of the 2 front row cars, in front of Daniel Suarez, in front of Stenhouse, but behind both of the legacy cars, behind Kyle, behind Michael McDowell. So I feel like even RCR is going to do better than them this year. I feel like
yeah,
interchangeably one of the last 3 positions until they get support from Dodge.
fair
Um,
enough.
John Hunter. So, like I just said, I don't think that they're going to really improve because all their engineering's in house now. They don't have any Toyota racing development support. I think they're going to be right around this range, both cars. I think I think he might do maybe around the performance of the 7, the 21, and the 34.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right. My boy Brad. So I might be biased because he's my favorite driver. Um, I think he will make the chase. He will be on. He will probably get off to another slow start, like I've been saying, but I think that once he gets into the chase, everyone's only separated by like 5 points in the back half of the field. I think he'll make it to like 12 in points, realistically. I don't think he'll win a race this year. He might win one, but
Yeah, hopefully that injury doesn't slow him down.
yeah,
I think he'll be all right.
I think he's. I think honestly, the 17, like the 48, the 6, the 17, they're all going to be in the same spot. I think they're half a step above these three in the best of the rest category.
Yeah, that's when put in context makes sense.
Yeah. Um, let me see. Okay, so 41 car. Cold Custard. I have him right by Colleague, if not worse, because,
Yeah,
like, show me. Show me how they're going to get better. Yeah.
most likely to go airborne elite category.
Yes. Next up, Mr. Ryan Preece. I think my bold prediction is all three RFK cars make the chase.
I think that's a good prediction.
I I don't think that they'll be fighting for anything. They're definitely going to be squeaking in. At least two of these three are going to be squeaking in. I think I think if I had to order them, it would be probably Busher and then Brad could knock out a win or two. I think Priest might also. They're so similar. I I think Priest might get a few more resources this year, so he might be like 10 points ahead of Brad at the end of it. They're just so close. Um all right, Tylenol Gibbs. Um do you think he gets better?
No, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
So I guess I'll just pop him right here, but let me go check the point standings. He finished 19th in points. Um, still hasn't gotten the win in over 100 starts. Um, I would say he's probably on the fringe of the top 20. I think that there's,
Definitely better than Suarez.
yeah,
He could be better than McDowell, but
he's as good as McDowell is on road courses,
Yeah,
and he's in JGR equipment. I
yeah.
I don't see how he couldn't. I don't see how he could do worse. Compared to last year. Honestly, he's kind of wasting that spot that could go to someone better, but you know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's his grandpa that runs the team. Sorry to the three Ty Gibbs fans that are out there. All right, Riley Herbst. I accidentally shit talked Riley Herbst right in front of his parents at Talladega. Like, we were just standing there on the grid right before the race, right by Bubba's car. Herbst was actually one position ahead of him, and I was like, "That's Riley Herbst. That's Bubba's teammate." I was saying this to my fiance. He's not really that good, but his parents, they own a grocery store chain, so that's what keeps the seat funded for him. And like Shelby like taps my shoulder and she's like, be a little quieter because I think that's them. His uh his mom had like, she was plastic surgery up a little bit. She had like a $15,000 handbag around her shoulder. I didn't even look until I was like, "Oh shit, that is them." Yeah. Um, I think he'll be. Who do you think will do better, Cole Custer or Riley Herbst?
Mm, I would hope Herps,
Herbst just because of
but
the equipment.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Two fun ones. SVG.
I
I
think
think.
Shane's gonna struggle with this format a little bit.
Yeah,
But
but
if he
remember he
wraps up,
was getting better at the mile and a half, like a lot
that's
better. He
true.
was running top 10.
Um, I think if he continues on that trajectory and he wraps up all the road courses, that he could definitely be a factor.
I think
It's
he might
tough
be
though.
16th cuz
Yeah,
it's either Kyle Busch, him, Ross Chastain or our boy Hocevar.
yeah. I just think he's gonna wrap up so many road course wins. It's gonna be tough with Connor in the Cup Series now, but
Right.
um,
Connor will have to get used to the next gen car though, cuz he's only had what,
yeah,
2 races of experience.
yeah. I don't think we're gonna see elite level performance out of Connor at least for mm, 2 years. Give it 2 years.
Yeah.
And he'll be up to speed. He can drive anything and come up to speed really fast, but I think with just the level that the Cup Series is at, that he's gonna have a little more time to
Yeah.
have a come up on that. But
I mean, he was
Shane,
even holding his own lap time wise during the Rolex in the Cadillac.
yeah,
So,
very true.
you know,
Um, but yeah, Shane is an absolute animal on the road courses, obviously. So I think he's gonna be up there.
I think he's going to at least get 3 wins on the road courses. And that alone, I think, if he keeps up like the second half performance from last year, because I think Trackhouse is going to take a step forward. They're not going to be as bad as they were this year. Um, I think 2026, he will probably be 13th seed, 14th seed, but because there's no road courses in the playoffs in the chase, he'll probably finish 16th in points, I
Yeah,
think.
I think that's fair.
Um, Connor Zilish is up next, and I have him top 20. I have
Yeah,
him completing the best of the rest field, either being like he's not going to be competing for a spot in the chase, but he's going to be fringe top 20. And I think the team and the driver are better than the team and driver combos that are in the don't worry about them category so far.
yeah. I
There's
just don't think it's fair to count him out in anything.
yeah,
So he's going to be up there, even if it's a learning year. So
absolutely. I agree. Um Up next is Eric Jones. I think Legacy Motor Club, I said that they're going to stagnate a little. It's just that they will get better. It's just at the clip that these other teams are getting better. I think Spire is going to be a better team, or they will improve more than Legacy improves. So I think Eric Jones is probably going to be around where, Ty Gibbs, Michael McDowell are. I think that he'll do better than Suarez, but he's going to be one of those drivers fighting for fringe top 20, I think. Unless you disagree with that.
nope, I like it.
Okay. Noah Gragson. It's a shame that he's in front row equipment in the third car because it's like they don't even set the car up before they get to the track for him. He was outside the top 30 in points. He was 34th in points. He was third to last in full time. Riley Herbst and Cody Ware were 35th and 36th.
Such a shame because he's also up there in the elite of the social media realm.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, I mean,
I I see just because 2311 will get better, I see Noah being here. You know, I don't.
yeah, that's fair.
It's unfortunate. Okay. We got 5 to go, and Stenhouse is one of them. I have him doing better in this format than the playoffs because what's their new team name? It used to be JTG Doherty. It's now Hayek Motorsports.
Yeah,
I
something like
think
that.
I think he'll be fringe top 20 with this whole group of 5 guys,
Yep.
Through McDowell, really, the
You
6
you can
guys.
also put him in elite, most likely to cause a crash at Daytona level, right up
Yeah.
there with Mr. Logano.
Yep. Yep. All
I like
right,
how we have
Chris
Logano
Bell.
last.
Yeah. Chris Bell, cuz honestly, he's Logano's the biggest wild card out of all these guys.
Chris
So,
Bell, I think he could be a contender for sure.
I think so. I and I think this cuz there's no other driver that will solidly be in the contender spot because
Yeah.
we have Chastain, we have the 38 car, which is that Alfredo this year? Anthony
I can have to look that
Alfredo,
one up.
and then Logano. We only have those 3 left. So I think we have. Well, do you want to save to resort this until we've gotten
Yeah,
through
we'll save that
those?
to the end.
Okay.
Yep.
Up next, Ross Chastain.
Big Ross guy as a Florida man myself, but
I think Trackhouse will make an
he's
improvement, but they missed the
yeah, I was
playoffs
gonna
this
say
year. So
he's gonna be in it and then not in it to win it.
I think somewhere in this area, like he will be
I'm
fringe.
right under Bowman.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
I think the Trackhouse as a whole will make an improvement this year. There's no way that they can be worse than last year.
yeah.
Um,
Especially Ross won the 600, which was huge.
you're
So I
right,
think that's a big confidence boost for him.
right. You're right. I forgot about that. Was that his only win last year?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. I think he might. Yeah, I think he might win probably Spring Talladega and another mile and a half. So, all right. 38 car. I think we can just put him by the 34 because the driver talent, skill, the driver mod plus team mod. I think
Yeah.
they're gonna be right beside each other like they were last year. And then finally, Joseph Thomas Logano,
We are in a even numbered year, which is scary. However, we are
no
not in
playoffs.
his format. So
So I think he will be in, but not a factor. I think he I think he will be top 10 because of the nature of the chase. I
yep.
think Penske will adapt well to this because they bring good cars every week. Um, I think I think he is in this zone where he's close to talent-wise Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick. I think he's going to be better
I think you're
than
right. I was gonna
everyone
say put
else
him
in
in
the
front of Bubba.
category.
Um, yeah.
All right. So with that, let's figure out who the 3 elite are to close this out.
I think just shooting a free throw. It's gonna be a tough year for Denny coming off of what he's coming off of. So
Yeah, he'll win a big race. I think Denny might win the 600.
Yeah,
I think he will win a big race. It will be the Southern 500 again, or the Daytona 500 for like the 17th time, or one of the marquee races. I
yeah,
He will probably be fourth in points. I think Byron is too good now. Hendrick is too good now for Byron to not get 4 or 5 wins again. I think Hamlin
right.
will have that same win total as, any of the three guys in front of him, but
It's gonna be a
consistency was
tough.
an issue with him last
It's
year,
gonna
and
be
that
a
was when he
tough.
was locked in.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be a really tough year, lock-in wise for him. So
Yeah. All right. Well, that is the tier list completed. I'm pretty sure. Let me just count off the drivers. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep. So that's all of them. Um, I think that that's a very solid list, and I would like to see how that stacks up at the end of the regular season. See if we got them all right. But at that point, it's the chase. You never know. Yeah, we know who's gonna be there at the end of the day. But all right, man. Well, we've been live for about an hour and 10 minutes, so I think this is a good place to step off with. All right. Well, any last closing remarks, Mr. Sam of Grid Banter?
I think we are gonna get a better year of racing strategy wise because the drivers are gonna show up each race, not trying just to win a race and gamble their way in. They're gonna have to show up and actually race the whole season. I'm very excited about that. I think we're gonna see some very off the wall, unexpected things as well that might throw this tier list out the window. So
Yeah. Yeah,
very
there will definitely be a few wild cards. Like I said, the biggest one is Logano. Are they going
yep.
It's how Logano adapts to this new format. It is even year Logano, so you never know. We haven't really seen him be in a competitive car in his prime. I would say, he was in Joe Gibbs equipment for like 3 or 4 years, but he was a teenager. He was Connor Zilic 15 years ago. He's like 35 now. He's in his prime. So we'll see how he does. So, all right. Well, that was another episode of the Post Race Inspection Podcast. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Like I said at the beginning of the video and the podcast, please like and subscribe. It does nothing but help the channel out. It's completely free. Turn on them notifications and follow Sam. Also, I'm going to tag his YouTube channel, make him a collaborator for the vid. I'm going to have his, I guess, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube channel linked down in the description as well. So give him some love there. He makes some really funny videos, some good season recaps of both NASCAR and sports cars. He does videos for both. So, um, you know, thanks so much for watching. Have a good one, guys.